Okay, I'm in the middle of doing the images and color presentation, but I'm actually going to take a small sidetrack there and just do some format type styling on the page. So I'm going to intersperse this. I actually started to do this and I screwed up the video controls and didn't end up recording it. So let's try again here. Okay, so we're working on our web page and basically we got it this far. The last thing I did was I showed you how this had inherited the color from the background, and when I set a different color on the header, you can now see that. And so this is working fairly well. And now I want to go ahead and play a bit with this text. So when I set the text up, um, I think that's the index page, isn't it? Yeah. I set it up to use a class of paragraph called normText, but I didn't get around to writing the rules for that in the style sheet. So if we come on over here, I don't have those. So it just so happens that I recorded this a second ago, so I went ahead and took it out. Now I'm putting it back in. So I'm going to set the font size to 1 EM. That's normal. That's kind of redundant, but normal text should be the normal size. And then I'm still playing around with the font family, but right now we're trying this Georgia. And then I'm adding a text indent here. Okay? So let's go ahead and save this. And then if we come on over here to Firefox, I should be able to reload it. There's some sort of music outside. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to keep doing the recording or not here. Because it's, damn it, I'm having. Okay, we're going to take a short interlude here just to look at styling, some more aspects of styling, really to fix some things that I overlooked before. So we'll just go ahead and get into this. So I'm just going to go ahead and minimize this because I seem to be having an issue with turning the recording on or off. Let me make sure. Good, it's still recording. Okay, so here's where we are so far on our page. I'm looking at this in Firefox, and I just set this header background color to be gold. So I showed you how originally the header inherited the background color from the body, and now that I've applied a specific one, it's got that instead, and you can see how that works really swell. The background color fills in the area between the borders. So I want to do something with this text now. And if I go back into Dreamweaver, basically I set up a text style, a class called normText, but I never did anything with it in the style sheet. So if we go into the style sheet, I've already got this ready. I'll just lay it out. So paragraph.normText. I'm setting the font size to 1 EM, which is the default. That's kind of redundant, but normal text should be the normal size. Right now I've got the font family set for this Georgia, Times New Roman, Times Serif. Right now I don't really care for that too much. I'm going to change that to Times New Roman and put Georgia second. The way this works is it'll use the first font that it can find on the list, and the last font should be a CSS generic font, which it'll work. If it can't find any font at all, it'll use a system font. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to put text indent here on our paragraphs. What happened to my mouse? There it is. Okay. So that's 2-character indent. I'm going to save this, click on this, reload it in Firefox, and there you can see now that I've got the 2EM indents. You can tell that the font has changed. It's not that Comic Sans that I'm kind of fond of there. And so we're getting along all right. Okay. Um, let's see here. Let me see if I can pause this. Oops, I didn't want the start menu. Having trouble getting at my video controls today. Okay, hopefully I don't have too much of a hiccup here in the video. What I want to do now is play with some of the CSS3 selectors that I showed you this morning in the lecture. So I'm going to go ahead and do the first letter selector, and I've got this ready except I haven't added the styles in. Wanted to go over how this works. So if I just said P double colon first letter, that would apply to every paragraph. I want this to be only applied to the first letter of my norm text. So I add the class selector in there between that and the CSS pseudo selector. Okay, and then I'm going to put my rules in here. So the idea is this is the first letter of each paragraph. And so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can set up a good font size to make it bigger. And so this font by default is 1 EM. So we're going to make it 2 EM. And that might turn out to be pretty garish, but we'll see what happens. And then I don't think I have a font color here. So my norm text doesn't have a font color, which means it's probably defaulting to black. Let's go ahead and make our first letter red. Let's see, font. Oh, that's just going to be color, sorry. Yeah, color. All right, looks like that. All right, well, let's see if that looks like anything. Oh, I want to change the font family too. I forgot. Okay. So font dash family. I'd like something really elaborate, like an old school, what we used to call Gothic. But I don't seem to have any of that there. Let's see. Real. Yeah, that's a shame. I'm just not having anything like I want. I might have to do some research on this to get a Gothic style font. Let's go ahead and just try this baby here. And I'm honestly not familiar with those fonts, so we'll see. I know the serif at the end is going to give it a serif font, and that's one of the embellished. But of course, the font that I have is the normal text is a serif font too, so that might not make that much difference. All right, so we'll go ahead and save this, and let's take a look. Oops. You can see that I had to do some lookup on this first letter. That's W3 schools. Okay, damn it. So I've been having a little trouble with the video recorder here, and I got through all this work, and then I failed to get the final view of the screen. So we're going to experiment here with an editor and see if I can tap what's the word, tie this video on to the end, graft it on. So basically here you can see I have this set where I have a 2 EM size. That's twice as big. Kind of looks like it's too big, so I think I'm going to go into Dreamweaver and fix that. And so instead of making that 2 EM, let's make that 1.5 and see if maybe it looks just a little bit better. I sort of like the effect, but it seems like it's a little too pronounced here. And hopefully I won't screw up and close my video off there. So let's reload that. And yeah, that's working better. So you still got that pronounced thing. You know, something I didn't think about, we can actually make this bold too. That might be helpful. So, so this is the style on the first letter. So let's see if I can remember how to do bold. That's font dash style colon. No, actually, I want font dash weight. I think that's it. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, make it bold. Okay. All right. One more time. We'll take a look at this. This is going to be really short because I'm planning to graft it on, like I said. I'm hoping that'll work. Yeah, so it is a little bit better. Yeah. It's kind of interesting. I'll start with I there, except for the however. That looks pretty good, so I like that. Okay, so we'll see if we can use this now.